Sukita, very simple. If I tell something here that okay, when you purchase agriculture land here, you get every year, every quarter, you get income. I think it's bullshit. You end up buying a wrong land.
Hmm.
The third problem what you're going to face is these two somehow we can solve. But the third problem is who is going to manage your agriculture?
Oh, yeah.
Right, because you don't have any experience.
Yeah.
I took my father to Karakpura and I showed him this is the business model I'm going to build. My father started shouting, no, who will purchase a 6 good tons of land and why someone what they can grow from here? Big players are coming to the market because they can see that validation here. She didn't even visit the place.
Oh.
She was in USA. She did a video call.
She trusted.
Blindly she trusted. If title is not clear, then there is no point of purchasing that agricultural land or any. We always fail to show legal documents to the legal advisor just to save some pain to 30,000 rupees. And there are some customers who purchased it 2-3 years back for 4 rupees per square feet. Now they're reselling at 7 rupees per square feet.
Welcome, Amogh. Welcome to HighonY. It's a pleasure to have you here today, and I'm really excited to have the conversation regarding farmlands, managed farmlands, because lot of people out there don't know what managed farmland actually is. So I think it will be a lovely conversation and a great understanding about it. So welcome once again.
Thank you, Sukita. Thank you so much for inviting me.
Okay, Amogh, probably our parents of our generation, probably because your parents are from the agriculture background, they are doing agriculture. So there is always, something like this that they don't want their children to pursue because there is literally a physical hard work over there, and they would have seen the revenues are not like, consistent every month to month. So how was your journey into this? Because also I read that you were supposed to do CA, but then, later you formed Mogg's estate, something to farmland. So how was your journey been? How your parents, took your journey as?
Sukita, very simple. In fact, after I finished my graduation, right? In fact, my father was not aware that, I'm going to start a company like this. In fact, like other parents, my father was keen on, just, take up some job in some companies, earning some good money. Out of my father's specific told, you should do is chartered accountancy course. Then I started doing that, but I felt, somewhere I'm wasting my time. In fact, I finished by say interns also. Then, then I told my father, no, it's not going to work out here. So I'd start something on my own. Then I started working in some company.
Yes.
But I always had a dream of starting something related to agriculture because basically I'm from agriculture background, right? I want to do something to agriculture. Then I started searching, what I can do. Then I took some reference from, there are some companies in the USA, because in the USA, right, selling agricultural lands is very easy compared to India or in Karnataka. See, if in India, right, different states have different rules and regulations for agricultural land. I'll come to that point later. But in then I started, this company. I started researching how I can do this. In fact, I took my father, my first project is in Kanakpura.
Okay.
After I started the project, I took my father to Kanakpura. Then
Your first project was in
Kanakpura.
Okay.
Then, see, in fact, I did the basic projects, a small project in Shimoga in South Kashmir, but as a managed farmland, the concept started in Kanakpura.
Okay.
So, in fact, I took my father to Kanakpura and I showed him this is the business model I'm going to build. My father started shouting, no, who will purchase a 6 good tons of land and why someone what they can grow from here? Because see, we are agriculture background, we are having
Acres
land. And who will purchase agriculture land there and what they can grow in 6,000 square feet of land.
Right.
Like, as you mentioned, my father has not agreed to start this company first, but then I started. And in fact, he was very clear, we should do a CA course. It should be a professional chartered accountant. You start practicing somewhere either in my place or in Bangalore, but not because they are not from business or the background. They are basically from agriculture background. See, we had a finance everything was fine, but not a business experience. Then we started with how it started Mogg.
That's how you started Mogg's. But good, coming from a parents who have a background of agriculture, and then children of them, if you guys don't take it up, then probably it will be generations together for us to start again into farmland. Because, to say, My parents were not doing agriculture. They were into some work, service, and all that. In fact, my grandparents were also into services and all that. So we have not seen agriculture for 2 generations, 3 generations. And now, when something opportunities like this are coming up, when we are investing, then probably the next generation would also invest, is what I feel.
100%.
Right.
See, otherwise, even government has made the regulations easy. Now anybody can agriculture land.
Correct.
Earlier, the people was having agriculture land, only those who can purchase agriculture. But now even outsiders can purchase agriculture land.
Yeah. So
That's very important.
that one thing is probably changing all around 5 years. In fact, 5 years ago, people didn't know about, investing in managed farmlands. What managed farmlands, people didn't know. But now I think there is a big change. People are seeing it as a investment category. One of the investment categories, right? So why is the change right now there?
So it's very simple. See, if we go back some 10, 15 years, 20 years back, even the people were not ready to invest in the stocks, mutual fund, or any platforms. The people was aware about the stocks, mutual fund. Those are the ones investing.
Right.
For example, now we're investing in stocks, mutual fund because it's easy now. See, earlier when you want to invest in stocks, right? Either you had to open it with demat account, you had to go to some banks, you had to purchase there. But now to these platforms like Zerodha or Crow or Upstock, see what these people are doing. They are making easy for us to purchase any stocks or mutual funds.
Correct.
Same thing like management also. See, earlier it is not something where today started farmers. See, even 20 years back, 30 years, 100 years also, the people hold agriculture land. But the people were facing difficulty to purchase agriculture land and manage agriculture land. It is not that 5 years back or 10 years back started. The managed farmland concept started because like how the stocks, how the mutual funds have the application. We are a company, we are managing everything on behalf of it.
Yes, of course.
That's the reason people are showing the interest. Okay, even I can purchase agriculture land now. There's nothing to worry about maintenance.
Exactly. Like you said, probably a decade ago, people who are doing, business or they have any financial asset, they used to invest on lands, basically. But now the younger generation is investing on the stock market. They are investing on, digital assets and all that.
Because it's making an easy, like, yeah, the same thing, younger generations, right? If the same old school, like if you had to go to bank, you had to, open a demat account there, then purchase, trust me, they would invest. See, it's the person who is drawing at 30,000, 40,000 which is on salary, working in a corporate company, he's investing in stocks just because it's very easy to invest now.
Correct.
That's once you list it all step. Do I want to sell? In one peak, I can sell.
And in fact, creating wealth is something it's a bigger section to talk about, definitely. But, we will just touch it on, little bit. Creating wealth, back those days was owning a house. Okay, he has a house. He's a wealthy person. That is what, the notion was there. But now I think it's very different case, very different scenario. People are talking about land, stock market, this, that. So many other, etc., things have been added up. So how are people accepting to this right now?
So it's very simple here. Let's take, if you go back to our parents' generations, right? They were taking that risk. For example, let's take, I came from tier 2 cities. From to tier 1 cities. What is my first intention? I had to purchase a small house here. Flatted out, first house. Our parents, they're taking the risk and they're constructing the house. Now, younger generation people, they don't want to take the risk. Is it really possible for them to hire an architect, constructions? They won't take the risk. So what they're doing, either they purchase flats or communities, the villas like this. Similar like this, they don't want to take that, risk. That's the reason there's sustainable farming. They're investing either in purchasing the flats or purchasing villas. Easy way to
purchase.
Okay.
In fact, yes, that was also my next, question, because people are investing on all other categories. But how can they compare buying a farmland to all these categories?
See, I don't think so. See, for example, as I mentioned earlier, every investment, right? If you take gold or the mutual fund, everything has the advantages and disadvantages. See, managed farmland is something where now easy to purchase and easy to liquidate. See, even we need to understand why the people are, investing more in the farmland, how this concept came. I think we really need to understand,
Okay.
how these people are.
Okay, if somebody wants to invest in agriculture land or farmland, what is the red flag or the green flag you would, tell them before investing on agriculture?
See, three aspects. One is, when you purchase agriculture land, any land, but it's not just about the farmland or residential or commercial. The first thing is title.
That's the
Title. The documentation.
yes. Okay.
This is a very important thing. See, if you are purchasing any land, right, if title is not clear, then there's no point of purchasing that agricultural land or any real estate property. And in fact, stocks easy to purchase, mutual fund easy to purchase, gold, you give the money, you give the gold. I don't think so there's much, the legally complicated. But when you purchase the agricultural land of any real estate project, legal has to be very, very strong.
Documentation work is this.
Documentation work, like, see, we always fail to show a legal documents to the legal advisor just to you save some 20 30,000 rupees. And in fact, we should do that. We should give that legal document to the lawyers. No, we should do that. The first thing is,
Rightly said. And probably people don't want to take that risk of doing it because a lot of people have the ancestral property. So, the challenge just keeps getting more and more when it is like that. Yeah, that's a very nice point. Gold is easy to buy.
easy to buy. If you go to any shop, you have the money, you can go, you can purchase. But real estate is not something where you can buy easily in India, especially. So as I mentioned, right, in USA, there's a company called Acre Trader. See, how you're buying your stocks or mutual fund or gold through online, you can buy land through online.
Yep.
There is no sub-registry office you have to go. Nothing is
Everything is available.
everything is available online. You can purchase.
Okay, I mean, probably 10 years ago, if somebody saying a software engineer is having a farmland, is owning a farmland, it would have been little unusual for them because they can't manage, right? They can't manage the work and also that. But now it is far more easier. We know how farmlands are working. Okay, so it's quite easy to own a farmland now. But how is it at the Mogg's estate? How are you helping out people?
Very simple. Let's take you are a customer. You want to purchase agriculture land. What are three problems you want to face? The first thing, Sukita, buying a portion of agriculture land. See, let's take, I have huge money. I can go and purchase some 10 acres, 20 acres. I can purchase. Let's take, I want to purchase a portion of agriculture land. Make quarter acre, half acre, 1 acre of land. How I can go and purchase? It's very difficult. See, buy land. See, you can take some 20, 30 sites, 60 woods that you can take. But buying a 1 acre of 2 acres of agriculture is very difficult. Second thing, what you'll do as a IT professional, whatever it is, you'll Google out, you'll get some land consultants contact number, you will go, you'll see the property. Just for their commission purpose, you end up buying a wrong land. The third problem what you're going to face is these two somehow we can solve. But the third problem is who is going to manage your agriculture?
Oh, yeah.
Correct. Because you don't have any experience.
Yeah. Well, the first thing people think is that, I don't know how to do farming. How can I buy a agriculture land? That is how people think, right?
100%. So that's the reason we have a concept called the PDSL. We procure the land. Procurement means what? Just for the sake of procurement, we won't do that. We procure. We see the title has to be clear. Water resource has to be strong. Third thing, land quality has to be very strong.
Okay.
For example, different areas will check.
Soil test.
So everything will test. For example, we purchased a land in Kunigal.
Okay.
That is in 75. That is in Bangalore Mangalore Express Highway. They will check. Is it really possible? All three things are very important: title, water resource, and the land quality.
Yeah.
Land approach. Road has to be clear.
Yeah.
If yours comes under procurement, then we develop. How we develop? Developing not just developing something, proper fencing, drip irrigations, plantations, and providing amenities like clubhouse, pool, children's play, everything we provide.
Okay.
In between roads, the road formations, everything we do. Once we develop, then we sell to the like-minded people.
Okay.
Correct. Once we send, then the cost is called manage. We manage on behalf of you. That's the reason. See, the first three problem is buying a portion of agriculture land. Second thing is development. Who is going to manage agriculture? Right? The land consultants also we are providing.
Okay.
We have also got PDSN now. We are managing on behalf of you, and we keep sending you the reports. And the other thing to one, so younger generations people are who wants to invest agriculture, right? To think for them to invest.
Yeah, because farmland is managed. That itself is a big thing for them to let's go ahead with it. Okay, you started Mogg's estate like 5 years back, right? So what were the initial challenges you faced? And you started your first project in Karnataka. That is what you said. So what were the initial challenges you faced there? And then now you're putting, in other places. What is the challenges now you're facing? And what is the response of the customers?
See, in business, right? Challenges is not one time or it's key.
It's a lasting challenge instead of intent. But you would have, learned from the initial challenges. Okay, this is how I can transform things. So probably one of it, if you can share with us.
See, if you take my journey, see, because this, I'm completely having experience in real estate, for example. Here, the procurement, or having the right land itself is the biggest challenge. Because see, I tell you one thing. Okay, just for my own purpose, I can purchase. Tomorrow, whatever the land we're purchasing, right, we are not going to utilize for our own. We are selling to the customers. Tomorrow, the land, what we are selling to the customers, they are going to check all the legal aspects with the lawyers.
Right.
The biggest challenge is what you want is the, procuring the right land.
How long, Tommy?
Well, challenges. Second thing, in company, I can tell, the challenges what you're going to face in the range of companies. And developers also, because we go and do developers not in Bangalore. Different areas we're going. There, the local things, all the challenges definitely big weeks.
And can you share an experience of your customer who had invested in Mogg's estate and his investment into farmland was greatly different, and then when he is a part of a Mogg's estate, it totally changed? Any of the experience?
Yeah, I can see. Obviously, our first customer is always important. I can say my first customer, she purchased, agricultural land in Lakhs through virtual. She didn't even visit the place.
Oh.
She was in USA. She did a video call, and I personally did that complete virtual tour. And the first booking amount we got from her.
Okay.
I think
She trusted.
Blindly she trusted. And in fact, after she transferred the amount, after she came, after 3 months she came to office and then she uses the property. I think still she's, in the Mogg's community. I think I should, never forget.
Okay. Coming to the revenue part. Okay. Generally, when we are buying a land, okay, what we see is the land appraising, and something like farmland, we also see what is that we are going to get the, from the agricultural point of view, what yield through that, what is the revenue we are getting. That is what generally people see. So, what is that we can expect from Mogg's estate? What is more on the revenue part we can expect?
Suketa, very simple. If I tell something here that okay, when you purchase agricultural land here, you'll get every year, every quarter you'll get income. I think it's bullshit. Trust him. See, it is a luxury product. Okay, end of the day, you are owning one asset class to your portfolio. So, obviously, as you mentioned, you can expect a good appreciations that not only in farmland, you can expect in every other real estate product. But in farmland is something weird. You can expect more compared to any other asset class like commercial building or the residential layout or apartments.
Okay.
But here, one is obvious land appreciation. You can expect a bare minimum of 18 to 20-30% appreciation. You can expect, and there are some customers who purchased at 2-3 years back for 400 rupees per square feet. Now they're reselling at 7 rupees per square feet. See the land or appreciation they got in 1.5 years, almost double. So one is land appreciation. Second thing is, obviously the crop income. See, we cannot commit any customers that, okay, this month income. See, it's agriculture life.
Yeah, I am.
Correct, right?
You can't commit like, this month is one, next month could be something else, right? So you can't commit in that.
We cannot but end of the day, any land they're purchasing from Mogg side, they are not going to purchase the barren land. They're going to purchase the agriculture land, which already has the agriculture, the plantations or developments.
But there is a lot of climatic, challenges which you will be facing in growth. Here go doing farmlanding and all that, right? So is AI or is tech very much helpful to you? How you're seeing this, towards the 10 years down the lane?
There are two things. Either, for example, if we talk of agriculture, yes, there are a lot of AI technologies are coming in. This is what. Second thing, if you take the real estate, obviously, is see, in most estates, we get two aspects. One is real estate, one is finance or agriculture. Let's take agriculture. In India, yesterday I was searching in Google. Every year, more than 8,000 companies got registered. But out of 8,000, 1,000 companies is related to agri-tech companies.
Okay.
Here, lot of companies, they want to register in agri-tech space. And in fact, it may be a fertilizers company, it may be agri-tech companies,
Okay.
or it may be, e-commerce platforms in real, in agriculture. And there are some companies, they are getting lot of technologies and equipment from China market. Like, for your answers, obviously, yes, you can see now, as I mentioned, the drip irrigation thing, right? There are a lot of AI technologies involved here. For example, now, in Chiknur and coffee estate, there is no point you should go to the plantations for switch on the motor. In home itself, automation is there now. And in fact, there are a lot of techniques, a lot of, the AI techniques where it gives a complete report.
Okay.
And I think, definitely agriculture is the major, factors we can expect the AI technologies here.
Okay. Nice. Can you just explain about the returns, what people can expect from Mogg's estate?
Okay, so earlier I mentioned one is land appreciation, so obviously they'll get. Second thing is, yield, whatever the income, either from the fruit and the forestries. Third thing is, we are committing to the customers that we have introduced a new concept called Mogg's Nature BNB.
Okay.
For example, any customers, right, while they purchase agricultural land, they can construct a small house.
Okay.
All they construct, they can, enter agreement with Mogg's estates, and we will rent out to our customers. And we are giving a fixed income to the customers in terms of number of the rooms they have. Starting from 15,000 rupees to 25,000 rupees, the fixed income we give the customers.
Okay. So like a farmhouse. People can come and have a weekend gateway kind of thing.
Yes. For example, your house, whenever you're coming, you can come and stay there. When you're not coming, you can rent it out to the Mogg's estate. So we are additionally getting income as well.
Right. In fact, the outskirts of Hosu, there are a lot of managed farmland and a lot of farmhouses like this in the concept which is, and even I stayed at one of the places. It was nice. Every house was in a different shape and they were renting it out. So this concept is really nice for a weekend gateway. That is what I was taking away from the traffic, away from the city, have a nice bliss, right?
That is what the community farming, this managed farmlands. I think it's very good to have one.
But also, there are a lot of competitors out there right now. So what can we expect with Mogg's estate differently?
It's very simple here. Where there is the concept, strong concept, lot of corners will come for sure. And in fact, when we started in 2021, right, there are hardly some 3-4 companies. Now, big players are coming to the market because they can see that value addition here.
Yeah.
So what you can expect from Mogg's is very simple. We always purchase, I explained at the PDSM, we always purchase the land which we can do cultivation there. It is not something where, purchasing some 100 acres barren land, they will do some plantations. You have to wait for 10-15 years. No concept. If you come into Mogg's estate, any projects, you can see that already the plantations is there. More than some 10 years, 12 years plantations.
Okay.
Once you purchase, immediately you can start getting the leaves.
Because it's already in agriculture land, so you can see the results faster.
Immediately.
Okay.
And most of our projects are in South Bangalore and the West. Recently, we launched the East in Bangalore also. Cubes called Vidiwana.
Yeah, also, can you name where all you have started with marriage farmlands? Where all you're ready?
Here in Kanakpura, we have 2 projects there. The project is called Mogg's Ira. And we started last year, September 2025. That is in Kunigal. That is in Bangalore Express Highway. And then we have in Madhur also. The project name is called Sadhwana Smadur.
Okay.
Madhu. And we have recently launched in Puskote.
Okay.
And we have projects in South, West, as well as East of Bangalore.
Lovely. Nice to know.
It's very
Okay, coming to the entrepreneurship part. Okay, entrepreneurship is really not that easy. And what were your initial challenges becoming an entrepreneur, and how is it going for you? And also some advice, a piece of advice for the upcoming entrepreneurs.
See, as I told, right, when we're starting a business, the challenges will be there for sure. I think never give up is always the best only advice I can give you.
Of course. Okay.
I think now.
Because you will definitely see the ups and downs to sure. So never give it up.
When company is small, you may face different challenges. When company is growing, different challenges. When company has grown, you face the different challenges.
Right.
See the cycle, right? The first 1 year, 1 to 5 years, and 5 to 10 years.
Same.
So the somehow 1 year is you can face because you have less customers,
Yep.
you have less investors, and less employees also. But this 1 to 5 years, this struggling stage, they maybe yes, but this 5 to 10 years, even is more critical because you'll have a lot of customers in your hand.
Yeah.
You got investors also. Then employee strength has increased. Managing employees is not that easy.
So challenges never fades away.
In business, challenges on the other way, it keeps. We are solving one problem, tomorrow's something will arise.
Correct. So learn everything from and just start implementing.
Particularly companies like real estate, right? Because we are depending too much on the land. Like, see, land is a product here. So here, I think the challenges compared to the tech platforms or e-commerce. I'm not telling there's no risk or there are challenges there. The challenge is always there the next step.
No. Nice to know all of it. And we have come to the end of the conversation. And again, we have a small segment of a game, okay, which is generally played, a rapid fire kind of a session. Okay. One founder you admired.
See, I cannot say he's a founder. I can say my father, to be frank.
Okay.
See, because how he started his journey, managing everything alone. I think I can say my father here. It looks like.
Definitely. We look up to our parents first, right? Yes. Best investor
Because he always supports, For example, even now he'll come. He'll check,
what's happening.
Definitely check everything. Sometimes, he directly go to the projects, he check, something is not happening. What you're doing is wrong.
Right.
You use this method. Forward. I think you
So those kind of advices, first comes from them.
See, in business, right? We may face a lot of challenges, especially in terms of money or the finance, right? The only person I can reach out to my father immediately. This is what the and whatever. If I see, I hardly take any amount from my father. If I take, I give it immediately because there should be days.
We have to,
especially when it comes to money, right? It may be any relationship, father or that the commitment should be there.
Correct. That's right.
Very important.
Okay. Best investment you've ever made.
Oh yeah, there's no investment. Farmland itself is investment. This is not it further. I have not invested any, the farm is a company. We purchased, we're selling.
Okay. So soon you will buy more of farmlands at your own space.
See, whenever we purchase more agriculture and the farmlands, I think it's a quick investment for it.
Right, of course. Worst investment you've ever made? I know.
I don't think so. Any worst investment.
Yeah, right. Any small investment is also leading to good ones.
See, in business or anything, right? I don't think so. There is you risk or results. See, here very simple. Either there's no best or worst here.
Yeah, risk is equal to results is what we can say. But success in one word.
I don't think so. Success can be defined or see, for example, success is not measured here. Success is not defined. See, for you, for example, if you take success, let's take having some 10 lakh subscribers, maybe successful for you. For me, maybe some having some 1,000 acres of agriculture land. That's the success.
Yeah, for everyone, the success
is different.
So I feel even the smallest of small success, if we celebrate, that is success.
Yeah, that's for success. Okay, fine. So success is not defined or not measured. Okay. Right.
Lovely. Okay, farmland or FOMO? FOMO is fear of missing out. Okay. So 1 acre of farmland or one Bitcoin?
Obviously, farmland.
Farmland or gold?
Farmland.
Farmland or Bangalore apartments?
Yeah. I think you should have both. So first is obviously, I go right. We are coming from the tier 2 cities to tier 1 cities. One flat or one house is always important. And as I mentioned, the farmland is not at the first investment; it is always second investment. It comes a little important. So one apartment should be there, or one any flat or any house.
Our house has to be there. Okay, that's
So because we are treated the audience right. I think.
of course, Raptus. That's a lovely answer. So generous answer as well. Okay, farmland or startup equity? That's a different one, right?
It's correct. For example, if I want and get investment and farmland is fine. See, it depends on the money what you have.
Yeah.
See, equity is something where you had to keep investing every month. It is like a building a portfolio.
The farmland trust that process.
But see, some people tell right, okay, I'm investing in stocks. I think it's fake. It is something we have to invest every month. It is a building a portfolio. But whatever the investment you're doing in stocks, you get maybe from 15-20 for appreciations.
Right. Right. So, of course, farmland is that.
Of course, founder.
Farmland or luxury crush? Luxury car.
Luxury tax. Oh, this. See, when it comes to business, yes, we want farmland as a obviously farmland.
And still, farmland or vacation home? I think you have integrated a weekend gateway also. So,
if you purchase agricultural land, the farmland, I think you'll get the gated community inside. So you can come, you can relax. That's what I can do to my customers. Instead of we going to vacation house, you purchase the land in Moggs.
Right. Have a farmhouse there and
So our point is developed. Whatever you get in resorts, same will be here. A pool, multiple scope, everything is there. And why taking you up to your life? Yeah,
Lovely. Thank you so much. Lovely answers given. I think there's too many takeaways here. And by doing this on farmlands, I think it's pretty clear for people out there. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, Mukesh. Thanks so much.